everyone. Today I want to share with you my keto meal plan for vacation. So we are going on vacation. I know a lot of people are canceling trips, canceling vacations, but our trip was planned for the Smoky Mountains, and I thought, why cancel that? We can hike, we can be out in the sun, we can be getting fresh air. And so we are going on vacation, and I thought I would share with you what it looks like at our house to prep that in a ketogenic way. So let's get started. Number one, we are leaving at like 6 o'clock in the morning. So what's been done ahead of time is that I have placed a Walmart order, and I have a food plan. And so we are going to pick up around 6 o'clock in the evening our Walmart order. So we're leaving at 6 a.m. and I have all teenagers and college kids. So basically we're just going to pile them into the vehicle and start driving. They, of course, will still be sleeping. And Mike and I will just drive. Now with living this lifestyle, have a lot of energy naturally in the morning. So we're just going to start driving. And around 10 o'clock-ish, we will stop for coffee. And we'll get coffee and we'll add our own MCT oil, and I have collagen packets so that we can make a keto coffee that'll be great for driving. I have to say, since starting keto and intermittent fasting, driving on trips has become a breeze. I now so look forward to it. I used to secretly be afraid because I always wanted to do my part of the driving on a vacation, but I always got so sleepy. And I always would feel bad, and I would be torn between telling Mike that I'm sleeping and just trying to keep going so that he could have more of a break and not do so much of the driving. And now I don't have that struggle at all. I'm happy to do plenty of driving, half the driving, no problem. And I actually enjoy it because I actually use that driving time, if we're not chatting and carrying on, to just do planning. So I have a huge summer to-do list that I've put together, and if he's doing something else, he might be working on something that he's writing, and I can just be working on that plan and kind of going through that. And my mental capacity and my alertness while driving is now amazing. So that's the first thing. Now, if our kids wake up before 10 o'clock, I will have some keto protein bars on hand for them to get them through until we stop. And when we stop, Mike and I will get our coffee, and the kids will get some breakfast, and it'll be a 1 meal a day type day for us. When we get there, I have, there's 5 guys, and there's Johnny Rockets. These would be 2 good places to go for a ketogenic meal. We know how to order at those 2 places, and so we can go there with ease, no problem. It's not that expensive. It'll be fairly quick, and then we can pick up our grocery order and get to our condo and just unpack, put stuff away, and settle in and chill for the evening. And then the next day, so for breakfast, Mike and I typically do some sort of exercise in the morning. The kids are kind of on their own, they're pretty independent. And so we kind of let them do what they want to do. Sometimes they'll do stuff with us. A lot of times we walk, sometimes we bike ride. So, and then we have all this hiking, that we can do here in the Smoky Mountains. So we'll do some form of exercise and probably in prayer time. And then we'll have coffee around 10-ish again. Could be a little earlier than that, just depends on when we get rolling. And so we'll have keto coffee. And then around noon or 1, we will eat our first meal. And at home and definitely on vacation, that first meal is breakfast. It's really breakfast foods. So we make a lot of eggs and bacon on vacation. And I will say, some people think that if you're eating a ketogenic lifestyle, it means that you have bacon every day. And I have to say that's just not true. We don't even have bacon once a week. We do love it. We do have it. And on vacation, we have a lot of it. So we will either have like bacon and eggs. I love to take the time to make Mexican omelets. So where you can put a little salsa and sour cream and cheddar cheese on top. Those are so good. And we also apply the 80-20 rule to vacation. And part of that is that we are a German family and we love potatoes. So I will buy hash browns for vacation. We won't have them every day, but we'll have them a couple of times throughout the week, and I bought extra for the kids so that they can make those. And we also, another 80-20 splurge will be the fact that on Sunday, we always do something special on Sundays. So we'll have cinnamon rolls. That's been sort of a tradition. I like being able to buy the cinnamon rolls just simply because the icing packet is separate. So I buy the twist off things because it's just so easy and you have control over the sweetness. So we never use a full packet of the icing. So I'll put some on the kids, and Mike and I will have a dab, but I will actually bring extra cinnamon, and we'll have butter. And so we'll use more cinnamon and butter on our rolls than the kids probably will. But still, we never use the whole packet. And it's nice to be able to have control over that aspect. So that is pretty much breakfast. Moving on to dinners. So I have 5 dinners planned that we'll be eating there. The first one is a grilled chicken Caesar salad. So you're talking about a bed of greens. This Walmart has organic grilled chicken. So I will buy that, thaw it out, heat it up, slice it up, and then we'll have a Caesar dressing, and we'll have Parmesan cheese. So I'll make this salad. Mike and I will take out our portions, and then I used to make it with a little bit of pasta in it. So I found these small organic packets, 2 ingredient pasta packets, and they looked really awesome and not very much. So they're like 58 cents, and they're organic, and it's just a small amount. And so I will have that prepped and ready to go, and then I will add it to the salad for the kids that want that. So that'll be our first meal. Our second meal will be cheeseburgers. And I don't know if you have made cheeseburgers ketogenically. I'm assuming it's one of the first and easiest things to make, really. But I take a head of organic iceberg lettuce, and I rinse it and pat it dry. I put it on a cutting board with this stem or the base like facing me, and then I'll slice one side and slice the other side. That's a bun, so you have 2 halves. Then I'll rotate it and do the same thing, slice and slice. So then I have 4 halves or 2 buns, and then I'll do the end cap. So I have 5 bun halves, and then I'll do another head of lettuce that same way. So I'll have plenty of lettuce buns on hand, and the rest of the lettuce on the inside can be used because I will buy a small package of buns. So some of my kids, being older kids, they eat 2, burgers, and they'll have one with the bun and one with the lettuce. I will saute onions. I loved caramelized onions, caramelized mushrooms. And we'll have tomato and mayonnaise and mustard and ketchup and American cheese and blue cheese and bacon. So these will be really yummy cheeseburgers, sandwiches for everyone. And then another meal is chicken salad cucumber boats. You could do chicken salad or tuna salad, but you just basically take a cucumber, you want them a little chubby, and slice it lengthwise, and then just take a spoon and just scoop out all the seeds and maybe even a tiny bit of the meat so you have plenty of room. And then I will just put the chicken salad or the tuna salad in the boat, and then maybe top it with a little bit of cheese, and everybody seems to really like those. I won't have an extra carbohydrate that goes with that. There could be a bun or 2 left. Somebody will grab. And then, so that'll be that meal. Then the other meal will be beef tacos. So for this, I use green leaf lettuce, which are the bigger leaves, And so I will just chop the base off of that, clean up all the leaves. And we usually do 2 leaves together to make it thick enough. We kind of alternate those. So there's 2 leaves. It gives it more strength to not break while you're eating it. And then we'll just put, I buy packets of taco seasoning, or sometimes I'll bring it if I have a batch of taco seasoning made up already. But I always buy packets that do not have MSG. MSG is a huge neurotoxin. It spikes insulin. A lot of times there's also maltodextrin too. So you want to look out for those 2 ingredients. But I found a decent one. And I never use as much as the packets say either. The idea is to have some of the Mexican flavoring, but you don't necessarily need to follow the directions on the packet. You don't need that much. So we'll have the beef, and we'll put the beef in there and some salsa and sour cream and cheddar cheese, and we'll have tacos that way. I will have some low carb tortillas on hand. And again, some kids will take a leaf of lettuce, put it on the tortilla, and they'll make it that way. So I have some kids doing different things with these tacos. But Mike and I will be having a keto version of them. And then the last meal that we'll make is meatball subs. So we'll take bell peppers, and I'll slice them in half and try to look at how they're going to sit the best, sit the flattest, so they're not tilted. So I'll slice it in the best spot, and then I'll scoop out the inside, and I won't cut off the entire green stem because part of it will hold the ingredients on the inside. And that comes off easy when you go to eat it. So you don't have to worry. Don't get rid of the entire stem base because it'll hold the ingredients in there. So then what I'll do is I will put some of the low-carb roast marinara sauce in there with some Parmesan and provolone cheese. And I will put that under the broiler for 3 to 5 minutes. When I see that it's kind of bubbly and turning a little bit brown, I'll take it out. My meatballs will be thawed out at this point. And sometimes I heat them up separately at the same time. You could even put them in lower underneath the bell peppers, and they'll warm up, with the broiler on underneath the other ones. So they're kind of warmed up. And then I will stuff the bell peppers then with the meatballs. I'll put another tablespoon of marinara sauce on there, and I will put some more of the provolone and mozzarella cheese, and then I will put it back underneath the broiler and broil again for 3 to 5 minutes until it's brown and yummy looking. And then we'll just cut out, if you need a knife and a fork to eat those, of course. As a side for the kids for this, I will buy 1 organic loaf of garlic bread. And so they can have just a little bit of garlic bread with their meatball subs. And this is a really delicious meal. And all of these meals are easy on me. I want to be on vacation too. So the idea is that mom has easy meals to prep that can still be ketogenic. Our last meal, so there we actually booked shows. So we're going to a dinner show on Friday night. And so that dinner is obviously going to be pre-planned, and we'll be in the we'll be using the 80-20 rule for that night. So hopefully that will go well. And so we're also going to a comedy right after the dinner show because they're just starting to open up the show. So hopefully all of that will go well, and they'll be practicing social distancing and all of that. But those are our meals, and then snacks. So I'm packing some nuts. This Walmart has these, what sounds really good, I've never seen them before, is chili pistachios. And so we love pistachios. We don't have them that often. They are higher in carbs, but they're yummy. So I bought some of those and some other nuts and some cheeses. There's an Irish cheddar cheese that we really love that is really healthy. And so we bought some of that. And we also bought potato chips because, like I said about potatoes, we love potatoes. And that's my thing. So, but I buy potato chips that are fried in coconut oil or lard. And there's a big difference. If you are a potato chip person, if part of your 80-20 life is going to mean potato chips, I highly recommend testing this out. The difference in the way I feel eating potato chips that are made in some kind of oil, vegetable oil, soybean oil, corn seed oil, cottonseed oil. I do not feel very good after eating those kinds of potato chips. And I notice a very real difference with the coconut oil in particular. And so that's the oil. Those are the potato chips I buy for vacation. I'll make my own chip dip, which is super easy. I've been making ranch dressing for years. And so chip dip is so easy. Who needs all those preservatives? And it tastes way better homemade. So I already have ranch stuff already put together. It's already in a mix, and I can just pack that real easily. We also do organic tortilla chips and salsa. That's another favorite for our family. So those are kind of, our 80-20 sort of snacks, and we'll have those. I'll get those out when I hear rumblings of people being hungry. So, and it takes some time to make the food. So while I'm making the food, that will be out, kind of an hors d'oeuvre or an appetizer, and then we'll have our meals, and then our meal, and then after that, we do like to have drinks. And so some of the drinks that I will buy will be the real lemon drinks that are widely available at Walmart. This Walmart did not have a lot of flavors, I have to say. But typically you can find strawberry and raspberry and peach and lemon and lime, watermelon, cherry. So there's a lot of different flavors in this Real Lemon brand of a drink mix that comes in these little packets. So, but for this, I forget which flavor I was able to get. We'll add, for the hiking, we'll add like 1/4 teaspoon of Redmond real salt and turn it into an electrolyte drink that has, not the sugary Gatorade kind of stuff. And this works just as well. I might add a little apple cider vinegar or a little of real lemons. I bought a bag of lemons. So sometimes I'll stretch out that flavor and add real lemon juice. And all of that is really good for hiking. A really good electrolyte drink. So we'll have that. I did buy unsweetened tea. The kids like that, and they can add stevia to it, and they can add some, put some real lemon juice in there if they want to. And then I also buy the flavored carbonated sparkling waters, which you can add some stevia to. I also like to get a nice glass out, put some ice in it, pour a tablespoon of cream over the ice and a squirt of stevia drops, and then I will put a favorite carbonated sparkling water on top. The zevias are really good too, and then you don't have to add the stevia to it. And the orange is really good this way. The zevia root beer is really good this way. The zevia cherry cola is really good this way. The regular cola. These are really good. So I might have this, after dinner that way. And let's see what else. Oh, and then for alcoholic beverages, we do some alcoholic beverages on vacation, and I'll buy the White Claws. There's a lot of great flavors. They've just come out with some new flavors, and these are very low in carbohydrates. So I also found pina colada stevia, and the reviews were amazing. So we are going to make some pina coladas while on vacation too. You can buy coconut sparkling water, and you can just add the pina colada stevia and some fresh lime juice or lemon juice and some cream, and it'll make a very nice pina colada drink for us. So that I'm looking forward to having too and testing out. I've never tried these stevia drops before. So that'll be fun. And let's see. And the kids will make some of these same things. And they really like, I said, the unsweetened iced tea. They like that a lot. Then dessert. We have dessert every night on vacation. Our first dessert is strawberries. So I'll buy a bunch of strawberries. We'll eat those first because, the fruit just tends to go bad. So we'll eat those first, and I just basically quarter the strawberries, and I will add some stevia and some lime juice. It really adds a nice flavor, and then we will put whipped cream on that, and it's just delicious, just like that, and very, very keto-friendly as far as that goes. Our next dessert, or another dessert we'll have, will be some fat bombs. Now this is super easy. Slim Fast. Never thought I would buy Slim Fast. I have to say, never thought I would buy this. But if you look at the ingredients, it's actually pretty clean. So these are the peanut butter cups, and there's 14 in a box. They're a little pricey because the ingredients are real food ingredients. They have MCT oil in there and stevia, and there's some erythritol and real peanut butter and real chocolate. And they're really actually fairly clean. So I will buy some of those, and that will be one of the desserts. Another dessert a night along the same lines that has a little bit of sugar in it, very little, are the Power Crunch bars. And Walmart carries all of these flavors. And so I will buy enough that everybody can have a bar. They're pretty big. They're pretty good sized bars. So that'll be another dessert that's super easy on us. You know, and once you fill up with your meal, you're really not hungry for a ton, but it's nice to have something sweet when you're on vacation. So these Power Crunch bars are really good. They have a mint chocolate, a triple chocolate, French vanilla is delicious, salted caramel, key lime pie. I'm trying to remember. Did I say peanut butter? Anyway, there's a lot of different ones that they have, and so that will be a dessert. And then there's keto ice cream. So Halo Top is a popular keto ice cream at Walmart. They actually had another brand, but it is $1 more, and it is better ingredients. It is a little bit better. Rebel brand, but it's $1 more for a pint, and we have a lot of people to feed. We have some extra people coming with us, and so I'm just doing the Halo Top, and they have a lot of flavors. And what I noticed is normally the last couple of years I would just buy ice cream cones to have with the ice cream, thinking they really weren't that high in carbohydrates. But come to find out, I looked really closely this year, and there's a lot of variance in the carbohydrates per serving. So I got the lowest carbohydrate one, and I'm really glad I checked that out. So that'll be kind of a nice treat, as we'll have ice cream, and I think I got the one that ended up being the lowest actually was the waffle cone. Yeah. And so I was kind of surprised by that. But definitely worth looking very closely at carbohydrate content. And just keep in mind, when I say carbohydrates, I am including grains and sugars predominantly. That's all under carbohydrates. So when you hear me say carbs, you can think sugar, you can think grains, because I'm talking about both of those things. Another one is to make ice cream sodas. So Halo Top has a nice vanilla ice cream. So I bought, I think 3 of those, and we can make cream sodas with those. The root beer is really good with this, and the orange zevia is really good with this, and it just tastes like a creamsicle almost. So we will have a dessert, and I think our show might have a dessert which will be more not ketogenic, obviously, but I'm pretty sure there is something. So the dinner, our last dinner there, will probably involve a dessert. But we do avoid eating ice cream out. I know that's a really popular thing to do, but we try to do our desserts at our destination just to keep them as low carbohydrate as possible. But all of these taste good, and we enjoy all of them. So this is not a sacrifice, really. Everything we're bringing tastes really awesome. So it's really good. Anyway, I just thought I would share my meal prep for vacation, how we're using the 80-20 rule, where we're kind of splurging a little bit, just to give you some ideas. And if you're still planning to go on vacation this summer. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!